Hey friends, Andy Pearce here. Well, I've just been watching the ABC News and I've learned that the UK, my country of birth, has now overtaken Italy as the country in Europe with the most COVID-19 deaths. Meanwhile, the US, where my brother, my sister-in-law, my niece and my nephew all live, they have 5 times more deaths than any other country in the world. They're up to something like 70,000. Of course, here in Australia, we haven't seen anything like those kind of numbers, and now we're looking at ways to get life back on track and things back to normal. So we're being asked to download the COVID Safe app to go and get tested if we've got any kind of flu or cold symptoms. And of course, our scientists are looking for a vaccine and a cure for this horrible virus. I just want to remind us of what God has given to us in Jesus. You see, God in Jesus has given us a cure for every death, from every disease ever. And he gave it to us when Jesus entered human history, when he died on a cross, and when he rose from the death and neutralized death forever. Of course, this cure doesn't look impressive. Paul writes in 1 Corinthians 1, "For the word of the cross, the message of the cross, is foolishness." It doesn't look impressive. Our friends may mock us for believing in Jesus. They may pity us for going to our online services and worshipping our invisible friend. But Paul writes that this is the power of God for salvation. When we go out with the message of Jesus, we carry something powerful, something more powerful than the COVID Safe app. We carry the news and the hope of a man raised from the dead, and the offer that we can be raised from the dead too. Now that saves us, that unites us, that restores us in ways that we can't even imagine. And I just want to remind us of what we carry in our hand when we carry the news, the gospel of Jesus into the world. We've seen some extraordinary things over the past week here at City on the Hill. Sunday was another great Sunday with Andrew Grills preaching 1 Corinthians 2 to us. And last night we had a newcomers night, which was just brilliant. Our first Zoom newcomers night. Incredible stories, much to give thanks for. Last week and continuing tonight, we of course have Alpha. Again, lots of stories of people inviting friends along to that, stepping out of that comfort zone and seeing people that they never expected to come onto Zoom and hear about Jesus. I want to encourage you, if you've got a friend who is on your heart, to invite them now. Click share on the link on our website, send them the video, send them the form to sign up, or just give them a call and ask them to come along. It's not too late to join. Last night also I had the privilege of Zoom bombing into one of our gospel communities, and we had the most extraordinary thing occur. There was a guy who hasn't been to his gospel community for a long time because he's moved back to Iran. Anyway, last night he joined us. Zoom is banned in Iran because of US sanctions, and a lot of Christian content is forbidden there in Iran. But anyway, this guy joined us, and it was such a joy to see his gospel community just welcome him with such warmth and open arms. The love that they had for him and he for them. An extraordinary moment, a beautiful moment in this testing time. Coming up this week, we've got Alpha again, as I said. We've got Alpha. Tonight we've got an extraordinary opportunity. We've got a webinar with Alex Cook, who's a financial planner. He's doing 3 webinars on living with financial health. Now, a bunch of my mates have done these seminars in the past, and they've transformed their lives and given them skills in how to steward their money for kingdom purposes. And I want to encourage you, if you haven't signed up, to come along to those. They will be available afterwards, but I want to encourage you to come to the live webinar so that you can ask questions. You might want to do it with a friend or with your husband or wife, or someone that you know, or a gospel community perhaps. Kim and I are signed up, and we're going to go. We're going to have a romantic date night and head to Alex Cook's financial webinars. Let me encourage you to do that. We've got a great week lined up, and I want to encourage you to be praying for the mission of knowing Jesus and making Jesus known. Consider how you might invest in that mission financially. A great opportunity to further God's kingdom at this time. And I encourage you to consider how you might serve and join that mission. If you're not in a gospel community, get to a gospel community. If you are in one, make sure you turn up on Zoom. It's never been easy. Yeah, never been easier. God is doing extraordinary things in us and through us, and I'd love us all to be part of that. See you later.